Anything mama we ever buy that, no one come by a girl close. I mean, no see the boy with the call me up in me and go down the road. Come on, easy to get and if a boy get me, now go easy to let. Promise, me no see the gang with the run up on my panic. No watch your pretty face, head me up like a bunny. You know see me it's closer. I mean, it came up here, me a few weeks time and I take closing. Say that I told.
Welcome back to another Black Beauty video. If you didn't know, now you know. It's your girl Onika coming back to you again with another military edition video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go over and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on the post notification bell, and make sure you follow me over on Instagram, and make sure you follow me over on TikTok. Connect with me so I can connect back with you. So guys, today we're going to be discussing the first week of AIT and what you guys are going to be doing, what you guys are going to probably experience, and the whole 9 yards. So once you arrive to AIT, I have a lot of people in my DMs like, are we going to get smoked? Yes, you're going to get smoked. Yes, they're going to correctively train you. They're going to assert their dominance, right? They're definitely going to let you know that there are drill sergeants. And they're no different from basic drill sergeants. So they're definitely going to smoke you, and they're definitely going to make you wish that you did not join the army. But honestly, it gets better throughout AIT. Like, they start to ease up. So that's a little light at the end of your tunnel. They definitely start to ease up. They definitely become friendly. They definitely laugh with you guys, just like your basic training drill sergeants, because they are humans. Sorry. So your first week of AIT, the first thing that you can expect to do is the ACFT. Of course, the ACFT that you just did maybe a week ago at basic, you can expect to do as soon as you get to AIT. And I don't know why they make you take one when it's the end of basic, and then they make you take one the beginning of AIT. I don't think it makes sense, but whatever. So they make you take one, and no, you cannot graduate AIT, or you cannot complete AIT if you don't pass the ACFT. But I would assume if you pass in basic, you can pass in AIT. So there's nothing you have to worry about, right? Sorry. And then you have to get your CIF. You know, you have to get your gear for basic, because a lot of people that go to AIT, some of them rock, some of them don't rock. It depends on your MOS, and it depends on your drill sergeants. It depends on what you actually have to do in your training schedule. So you definitely have to go to CIF. And then after you go to CIF, you're going to get counseled by your AIT drill sergeants. They're going to let you know what phases do what. So a lot of people have black, gold, white phase, red phase, whatever phase you have. They tell you which phase you can be able to go out, which phase you could be able to leave. So basically, everything you're going to want to know about AIT, you're going to get from those briefs, right? So those briefs from your drill sergeant. I would say that you're gonna get to know your first sergeant. Your first sergeant is gonna make an introduction. Your commander is gonna make an introduction. You're gonna know who your platoon sergeant is, basically like your head drill sergeant, and you're gonna know who is their battle. Because, you know, there's about like 6, I know I had like 6 different drill sergeants in my AIT, and only 2 was for my platoon. I think it was red platoon or first platoon, I don't really remember. But it was only 2 or 3 that were really for us. So you get to meet all the other drill sergeants. They'll make an introduction every now and then. And you get your SHARP brief, you get your EO brief, of course. They tell you the do's and don'ts. They tell you how you could get yourself in trouble, how you can keep yourself out of trouble. They go into deep detail of what they will accept and what they won't accept. And there's a lot of what they won't accept and what they will accept, obviously. Then after you get all those briefs, you go to CIF, you get familiar with the area, with the DFAC and all of that, and get familiar with who your drill sergeants are. Then you move on to the schoolhouse, and you get briefs from all these different people from the schoolhouse. You get to meet all these different people, and then you get to meet your instructor. Your instructor will go through step by step of what your curriculum will look like, what your testing will be on, how they will test. I know for me, because of my MOS, all my testing was done on the computer, because I'm a 42 Alpha, so I had to know a lot of regulations. If you're a person that's a mechanic, obviously all your tests will be hands-on. If you're an 11 Bravo, you know that because your infantry, your basic training, and your AIT is together. So you have that form of examination and your training, they'll all be together. For me, it was mostly on computer. You had an exam, you had a test, you sat down, you had to pick an answer. A lot of people, it's not like that. You obviously have to know like what you're doing, especially if you're a mechanic, especially if you're doing something in the medical field. I would say another MOS, especially if you're IT, I would say your test might differ from mine. Yeah, so a lot more MOSs can be hands-on, and a lot of different MOSs cannot be hands-on, because I know mine was mainly on the computer, mainly knowledge that, you know, you had to write notes, you had to take, you had to memorize, right? So prepare to get all those briefs, and then within the first week you do your finance brief, because for some reason, as soon as people get in the Army, they want to buy 2024 Dodge Chargers out of their pocket without good credit, and then they be ended up broke because they have like 7.9 interest rates and their car note is like $800 a month, and their car insurance is like what, $400 a month. So you're gonna get so many finance briefs, you're gonna be so tired of it. Like, I was tired of my finance brief at that point, because I think a lot of times there's a misconception, like people join the Army because they didn't have a better option. Like, I was doing well for myself. I'm not gonna pat myself on the shoulder, but I was doing okay for myself. I was in school, I was close to getting my bachelor's degree, I already had my associate's degree, and I was working at Delta Airlines, and I was like doing well for myself. I joined based off different reasons, and then I'll make a video about that as well, so look for that in the future. But yeah, I was doing well for myself, so I wouldn't say I joined because I didn't have an option. A lot of people do join because they don't have an option, but that wasn't the case for me. And I feel like I've gone through, like, I joined at 20 and I turned 21 in AIT, and I felt like at that point I did know some things about finance. But honestly, they do give you a lot of finance brief, but I did learn a lot. I learned about my GI Bill. I learned about my VA loan. I learned about a little bit more about credit. So I would say pay attention to the first one and get all the information you can based off that first finance brief. All the other ones, you could be like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of this. You know, you could try to take a nap. A lot of times on my finance brief, my drill sergeants were walking through, so we couldn't take a nap. And a couple of us got in trouble because a lot of the people in our platoon were falling asleep during the briefs. But you do need that brief, they say. I think the next thing that we did during that week, we finally let me tell you my experience. We were able to order food. I know a lot of people after me that I talked to were not able to do that, but I know I was able to order food. So in my first week, I finally got, like, you know, some things that weren't of the DFAC, and I was very happy about that. And then you get to, you know, you do some team bonding things. You obviously do PT. You see how they do PT. You know, I know that for us in AIT, we ran Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And then Tuesday and Thursdays were strength building. And, you know, regular Fort Jackson way, you always love to run. But for us, it was just getting, you know, settled, meeting all the people that we needed to meet. It wasn't that bad. I don't think it would be that bad. You have a lot of downtime because school doesn't start until, like, I know for my people and a lot of other people, like, they were holdovers, so their school didn't start for like 2 weeks until a lot of more people got there. So I know for me, my school didn't start until the following, like, we had to come back with our families that Sunday night. And so that first Monday, we didn't have school. We had school the following week. So we had a lot of downtime because briefs can't last all day. So you have a lot of downtime to sleep, catch up on your sleep, because obviously you just, you know, you just got out of the basics, so you're probably tired. You catch up on some sleep, catch up on some talking with your friends, you know, you miss back home, blah, blah, blah. You talk to your little boo, you talk to your little friend, you talk to your family members. You got to contact that auntie that you haven't spoken to since you left for basic, contact your granny and all of that. So that's basically what you will encounter in your first week of AIT. If you guys like this video, please, 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 please comment below, subscribe, and turn on your post notification bell, and make sure you go over to my TikTok and you follow me, and make sure you go over to my Instagram and make sure you follow me. It was lovely speaking to you guys. I can't wait for the next video.